Why do Diablo 3 players hate the idea of Diablo Immortal? What is up, my friends? My name is Echo and welcome back to the channel where we cover Diablo Immortal and other action RPG mobile games on the regular. Today, we're taking on the topic of why Diablo 3 players hate Diablo Immortal. Now, obviously, every single Diablo 3 player does not hate the idea of Diablo Immortal. Every PC player does not hate mobile games. Every console player does not hate mobile games either. It's just kind of a generalization for the topic of this video today, but we have a large audience of people that primarily play Diablo 3 that were really upset when they heard about Diablo Immortal just about 2 years ago now. We were talking about why, if we haven't talked about it before on the channel. Before we get into it, guys, make sure you sub the channel and ring the bell for regular Diablo Immortal videos. So first of all, guys, one thing that we need to keep in mind is BlizzCon 2018. At BlizzCon 2018, you had a ton of gamers, all PC, all console gamers. At that point in time, there was no thought, idea, or any mobile gaming enthusiasts that were there for Diablo, because there was no Diablo mobile back then, right? It was all about PC and console. What everyone has been waiting for Diablo 3, it has been a while. They have been waiting for Diablo 4. It's just kind of is natural, right? When you have a game that's been out for 8 years or so, you then are waiting for the next one. Actually, I think it was longer than that. So when something's out for a really long time, the anticipation is real. You're going to this event. You paid a lot of money to go to the event for your hotel stay, for the tickets, and you're hearing about a Diablo announcement. This is going to be epic. Bam, in your face, it's Diablo Immortal. Now, for me, I wasn't at BlizzCon in 2018. I'm watching online, and I am stoked, so excited. But I was one in the few in the crowd because everyone there was PC and console. There probably were not any people there that were excited to hear that the next Diablo game was going to be on their phone, the way that it was presented. Well, we need to clear something up, guys. Mobile games are not only played on phones, right? Like, mobile games, they can be played on tablets. They can be played on like massive tablets. They can be played on your refrigerator, even if you want to these days. Crazy. Who does that? It's possible though. Not only that, you could play it with emulators and play on things like BlueStacks and stuff like that. So there's a lot of options for playing mobile games, but they were upset. Now, why were they upset? Number one, we already said it. They were anticipating something for Diablo 4. They'd been waiting for years and years and years and years and years for Diablo 4. They thought they had that announcement. They thought it was coming. And then they were slapped in the face with a mobile game, which to them, they were not very happy about. So because of this anger, because they were disappointed that they were kind of led to believe that maybe it was Diablo 4, they were hit with a mobile game, they took that anger out on the platform itself. They said, mobile games are trash. Mobile games are pay to win. Mobile games are just cash grabs and they're not actually legit games. Now, if you guys know me, which I'm sure at this point in time you already do, you know that that's not further from the truth. I'm a true 100% enthusiast of mobile gaming. One, because of the gaming experiences you can get on mobile devices, and two, because of the ability to play whenever, wherever. And for someone like me that works, that has a family, that has other things to do, mobile games are right up my alley. But because the PC community was upset that they weren't getting their mobile game, they weren't only taking that anger out on Blizzard, which they were, believe me. Blizzard, Wyatt, a whole bunch, really anyone that was on stage took a lot of heat and a lot of fire. And I actually feel bad that they had to sit there through that moment because, to be honest, it wasn't fair. But anyways, you know, it felt bad. But it was not only taken out on Blizzard, on the staff at Blizzard, on the developers. It was taken out on the platform the game was going to, which is mobile devices, when at the end of the day, it's just a different platform. Different control scheme. The platforms are, you know, insanely strong nowadays. And now they're not a PC, right? I mean, I'm not ever trying to say that they are, but they can really run some amazing games. Ones that I spend all of my day, every single day, playing. So obviously the enthusiast part right here, that's where that comes from. So yeah, they were upset about that. Second, their PCs. PC gamers specifically that are die-hard PC gamers, Their computers are their babies, right? They invest time, money, they build their own computers, they make some beasts of computers, spending a ton of money to have a machine that they're proud of. Ones that they can stream from, record from, or just play their favorite games at max settings. So when you tell someone that's invested this time, this money, and even sometimes the sweat of building the computers themselves, that the next game of their favorite series of their life is going to be on their phone, they're not having it. And I can't say that I blame them, right? If I was one of those people, you know, there's that whole PC elite community. They think that PC is the best, and you know what? Maybe to them it is. And maybe to some mobile gaming is the best, and maybe to some certain platforms on console are the best. We're all allowed to feel however we want, but we're not talking about what platform is the best for Diablo Immortal or what platform is the best in general. We're talking about why they were upset. And when you take someone and tell them that the game that they play and that they have made their life of is not going to be on the platform that they've invested all of that time on, it's going to hurt. Let's give yourself an example right here. And this is not even as extreme as an example because the money to invest is not as much as you would on a PC. We're talking thousands of dollars. Multiple thousands of dollars can be spent on these PCs. Myself, I was a massive Gears of War player. Gears of War, for those of you that don't know, is actually the game that got me back into gaming. I was a gamer as a kid with Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, etc. And then I stopped gaming. I got into fitness, I got into sports, I got into college and all that kind of stuff. I put games down, like legit did not own a console or anything. I didn't game at all. And then my roommate was playing this game called Gears of War, and it was unbelievable. I went out and bought a 360, I bought Gears of War, and I played every night until about 1 or 2 a.m. I was addicted to Gears of War. Literally brought me back to gaming. I also played at that point in time Halo and Call of Duty. So obviously I was into the shooter scene. But the point of this is, if you were to tell me that Gears of War, my favorite game, the game that influenced my life to get back into gaming at that point in time, was gonna no longer, Gears of War 2 that came out, was not going to be on Xbox anymore. It was gonna be only exclusively on PlayStation. I would be upset. I would be mad. Taking it to the next level at that point in time when I wasn't a mobile gamer, if you would have said, let me go here and say that Gears of War, it's gonna be a mobile game, I wouldn't have even understood. I would have been mad. So the point here, guys, is taking the game off of the exclusive console or the exclusive platform that it was on and putting it onto something completely new where you would have to make a new investment. Although I guess most people do have mobile phones that could play Diablo Immortal. That's, you know, let's digress on that. You would be upset. I would be upset. I would have been mad if I had to go out and buy a PlayStation and all of my Xbox games that I was kind of in love with, because I did build a collection, obviously. I would then kind of have to, you know, switch over to the dark side of PlayStation. I would have been mad. And like I said, it would have been even worse if it was onto a mobile device. So I see where they're coming from. I understand completely the anger that people felt on PC that were hearing about Diablo Immortal, but there's something that we need to address, and I hope that you're here at this point in the video to hear this. If you are, hashtag made it down below. Also sound off with any of your opinions and stuff on this topic and throw a like on the video while you're there. Wow, that was long-winded. I'm sorry. But it's worth noting that I met much of this PC community when I was at BlizzCon 2019. They had a year to digest the information. They had a year to come to terms with, okay, Diablo 4 is not here yet, although at BlizzCon 2019, Diablo 4 was announced. So that kind of let everyone feel a little bit better that, okay, they are working on a new Diablo game for us, for the PC and even for the console people, right? So that kind of made everything a little bit better, made it all a little bit more okay, I guess we could say. But they were coming around. I've made some great friends. Nine, you know him from the channel before. We've had him on many times for the lore series. You know, he's a PC gamer. He's not a mobile gamer, but he's excited about the lore and about the game of Diablo Immortal. He is a PC gamer. He probably was not in love with the idea of Diablo Immortal when it was announced. I actually don't know his initial feeling, to be honest. But a lot of this PC community that initially had the hate opened it up, heard about Diablo 4, said, okay, they're working on it for us. Now we can kind of accept that Diablo Immortal is going to be coming to mobile. We could be okay with it. We'll probably even play it because we're that big of Diablo fans. If you went to BlizzCon for Diablo, you're going to play Diablo Immortal. It's going to happen. If you spent that money to go to BlizzCon, you're going to play Diablo Immortal. It just goes without question. So I guess we'll sum up this video with a question to you. That question is, if you're a PC gamer or console gamer watching this video, you initially did not like the call of Diablo Immortal. I know it because I put videos out 2 years ago on my main channel, ECHO Gaming, and there was a lot of hate that came through those videos. People were upset. Nowadays, really has faded. How do you feel now about Diablo Immortal versus how you felt 2 years ago? Be honest about it. If you're still mad, if you still think it's going to be trash, that's okay. Just say it in a nice, in a nice way in the comment section. But if you've kind of converted and now it's a cool thing for you, let me know down below. Really curious to what you have to say. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Check out this one before you go, and be good.